Hello and welcome. My name's Nathan Hook. I publish and design games using the print-on-demand company The Game Crafter, and today I'm going to be unboxing the very first print test copy of my latest game, Shylock. This is the first copy. I've not seen any copies before. I don't know if the art's going to be all messed up, but we'll open it and find out. I have published with Game Crafter before. I started with this great big boxed board game called Magus about wizards in Mythic Europe, and then a hidden role game based on Midsummer Night's Dream called Midsummer, about fairies hunting for mortals to feed on their emotions. So my new game, which is still in development, is called Shylock, based on Merchant Venice. So players play merchants trading goods around the Mediterranean and travelling around loans from a certain moneylender. And the price for not repaying loans can be steep indeed. So I'm going to try and open this. It does come shrink wrapped by Game Crafter, and we'll see what we can find. So I'm just going to lower the camera down a little bit so you can see what I've got as I open it. There we go. Right. Okay. So, quite pleased with the cover art, and as you see, card borders, nice and clear. Back is basic. I might want to do a little more work on that, but it is readable. It does say what the game is. And I quite like, to be honest with you, how this parchment effect has come out. Now it's been blown up to size. Right, let's see what we've got. So, yeah, that's okay. So we've got a range of card sizes. So we've got some which are tarot card size. We've got a rule book, and we've got some which are other sizes. Okay. Let's have a look at what we've got. So, okay, this is the normal cardstock. This is without the special coatings and things they do offer now. And so there's two of these cards which are used during the game to track the progress of the turn. So each month there's a turn, as you can see when your loans are due. And then we've got 8 character cards with a turn summary on the back. So you play one of these characters and you can use the back of the card during the game as a turn summary. Now, I think that is readable. I might be tweaking that, I think, in the final version just to make it a little bit more clear. I might try bold on the text maybe. But the other side I think is fine. And during play, let's get these characters now. Some of these I haven't used before from Game Crafter. So we've got these cardboard chits which are going to be money during the game. We've got a number of different 1s, 5s and 10s. And we've got a small black cube that tracks the months, and we've got counters, that's the purple ones, so they'll go on here to show different game states as a track, and others will go on the calendar to show loans. So we've gone for green, red, blue and sort of grey, I suppose that is, which I think should be okay. And 1 dice. And I'm putting in one of the slightly more expensive big fat blue markers. This is quite chunky with good texture on it. So this is actually in the game as a turn mark, first player marker. But that's quite nice. That feels good to play with. I want to include something that feels like real money in the game because that's so essential to the theme of the game. Okay, what have we got? So we've got 5 Tiddlywinks for each player, and the chips for the month for the extra money. And we've got these 8 different characters with there's another calendar card. Still similar, but I've got different character power, the name of a character from the play, and the turn signal on the back. Okay, that's great. Let's see what else we've got. So, okay, so we've got these ship cards. They're colour coded, and I decided to make the entire card the colour of the player rather than just a symbol. We've got a weight capacity and a speed, which is a target number to move slightly faster each turn. So some ships are small and fast, and some have big capacity. And they have a upgraded side with slightly better numbers, which could be flipped over during the game. And these are so classical paintings of ships. So we've got 3 different ships for 5 different players. The game does go from 2 to 5. There's a cog for the red player, and so on. Just do a bit of a sort out of these cards. Oh, and there's the purple. Now that purple one's come out a bit dark. So it's black on dark purple, which I think I might have just tweak the colour balance slightly to make it a little more readable in the final version. Blue is also maybe a touch dark, but it's still readable. So that's an easy fix, but that's something to work on. Just sorting these cards out. And we've got the pirate card. So you might remember the joke from the play about land rats and water rats, sea rats and pirates. Arrow indicating which way it's going. A quote from the play. So, and that's rotatable, so you can flip it to turn the arrow. Okay. So, I mean, aside from the colour balance, that's all come out pretty well. I'll just hold up so you can see it. So we've got 3 different types of ship with 3 different pictures. Okay, great. So let's pile those up. And the pirate. Then we've got the treasure. Some of you might remember in the play to talk about the gold, silver and bronze boxes. Well, in the game you buy those for victory point cards. So I've got the gold box. These are, the backs aren't used in the game, so they're just double-sided. The silver box and the bronze box. And the idea is that the more expensive ones are more money to victory point efficient. So there's a bit of a race mechanic and a trade-off to make there. It's a decision point. And we've got, I think, 15 of those because there'll be 1 of each type starting each of the 5 ports in the game. And this is the destination deck, which is laid out during the game. And this is very yeah, they've come out well. So the players start in Venice, as you can see, and these are laid out in a row. So it's also got Barcelona, Istanbul, Rome, and Lisbon. And saying, yeah, they've all come out pretty well. So they're laid out in a horizontal row, and the ships are placed beneath them to show their location. They can move between them. A little bit of a cut line issue on the Lisbon card there, so I need to just tweak that when I go back into the artwork. But the rest of them look pretty good. Maybe I might, with some of the ones at the bottom, I might make them a little bit brighter, but all this is just cosmetic. I think that's all pretty good. Glad to get the Venetian canals in. And yeah, Rome's looking pretty good there. So, yeah, these nice cut cards, nice rounded corners. Yeah, I can't really fault the game crafter for quality. Great. Okay, what else have we got here? And then we've got this deck. This is those were the normal poker size cards. These are the little domino cards. Now these are the same height as a normal playing card, but they're that bit thinner. And we've got, should be 40 of these also. It's not all the same deck. So most of them are trade cards like this, and they've got a from, a to, with a buy and a sell price. So you sell a ship into a port, buy the goods for the price shown, sell it to the port, sell it for the price shown, and during play these go underneath the ship like so. And you'll see they've also got barrel symbols, that's the weight, so the total number of barrels needs to not exceed the capacity of the ship. And they've also got a letter down here which is just a reminder of the destination you're sailing towards to deliver. So you can have multiple goods which can build up, and you can put them like that, or maybe like that if they go to the same location. So I think that's, when you're just looking at them, I think that's pretty good. So I think I might consider making the letter in the corner a bit bigger, just for readability. But that's only a reminder anyway, because you've already had it in your hand, you've already chose to play it, so you should know. Barrels have come out okay. So yeah, generally pretty happy with those. A great deal of work to do there. So we've got a big deck of 40 of these, and there's a few cards which are in here which are of a different type. Yo, a few more there. Okay, so let's pop that deck down there. So we've got 2, 3, 4, 6. But yes, that's right, 8 other cards. These are in the opportunity deck, and so one of these is drawn every turn, and most of these will trigger then an upwards auction for the players to buy an upgrade. There might be better trading contacts, which is the hand size and the hand draw for buying these, getting these trade cards. It might be an extra loan off Shylock. It might be flipping their ship to upgrade it if it's a shipwright phase. And there's also the chance to abuse Shylock, as you know, is a big part of the play. So you could get easy victory points by abusing poor old Shylock, but then he's going to be even harsher when you try and get loans from him. So I mean, these are okay. I would have liked to make them bigger cards, but I had to factor in the number of cards in each sheet. But again, it's a nice big font. I did end up going for this slightly stylish font. I would normally advise people to go for a clear read font, but I think these are okay. And besides, there's not many colourful cards to deck, so for most players who play the game, the title should be sufficient. And we have Shakespeare quotes on the cards as well. So great. Now currently you can see I've got the same card, the same card background, different titles for these decks. I mean, I might think about changing it in the final version. I could, trivially colour one in, maybe just making it a little more different. So I'm going to reflect more on that. You'll also notice that whereas most card games would have to have single colour borders on the cards because of the demands of printing, that's not a requirement for Gamecraft. They're able to print up to the border. You have to watch the cut lines, of course, like any printing, but it's okay. And the other thing in the game is the rulebook. So this is their tool rulebook, which is designed to fit in the box of this size. I've gone for 8 pages. And it was a bit of a squeeze to try and fit all this in, but we did manage it. So again, I've got a nice big font there. Maybe not as much spaced in paragraphs as I would have liked, but I think it's worth it to fit this in. So it starts with a setup. Then we've got series of rules, phase description, and again, this is the same background for the rulebook, and yeah, it looks pretty good. And this is obviously a very clear font. I didn't want to use any kind of fancy font for the rulebook. And a little bit crammed at the end. I'm not so keen on the back page, but as I say, Woody was wanted to get on, because this is 8 pages. If I'd gone over to another page, I would have had to include an extra 4 pages because of the size of the sheet. That would be adds extra dollar onto my production costs, which isn't great for anyone. But what I supply in addition to this is a setup example and a first turn of play example where I talk through the game, and that's up as a free PDF download from the site. So I'm able to supply it to players at no extra cost, or indeed to anyone who wants to just look at it. They don't have to buy the game to read it, and that obviously means I could get rule content and clarifications in without eating up space here. So that's the components. I mean, I must admit, when I was designing it, I was hoping to fit it into this size box. This is my previous game, Midsummer, which is 124 cards. Didn't quite manage it in the end, which was a shame. Partly that's because I've got all these components, things I needed currency, and I wanted to have stuff that feels like currency in this game, not just like playing cards, which would have worked fine. But yeah, this very tactile feel of money, this is part of what's conveying the theme. I want people to feel like the merchants and feel like they're, you know, handling money and things of value. Okay, so I hope that's been interesting. So yeah, again, pretty happy with this. Let me just put the back of the box up there. So if you hope you like the video, if you've got any suggestions for what to do with the game design, by all means please get in touch. You can leave comments or drop me a message. Not hard to find online. If you want to check out my other games on Gamecraft, the other 2 are available now, and I'm hoping to get Shylock finished in the next few months. I also want to get a little bit more playtesting now that we've got the final versions, and make sure that it plays okay with symbiology and stuff. You're going to get so far with pre-production prototypes. So, right, well, as I say, thanks for listening, and let me just turn that back up. Yeah, that's me. Right, okay. So, thank you.